Hi everybody, Matt and Tom back with you on a soggy Tuesday morning. Hope you're okay. Today we're currently outside the amazing All Souls Church in Boothtown, and we're not going in here, we're just having a look around the outside. But next to here there is a statue of a man who is linked in with the story that we're going to look at today. His name is Edward Ackroyd. Let me show you his statue. So in a moment we're going to head to Bankfield Museum, which was built originally in 1800, and the house was bought by Edward Ackroyd in 1838. Edward's father, Jonathan, was a mill owner who passed away in 1848. This brought Edward an inheritance, which he used to extend and develop Bankfield. Akroyd eventually became an MP for Halifax, and soon also built Akroydon at Boothtown near to Bankfield, a model village. Edward used Bankfield House to host parties for the rich and famous of the time whilst he was an MP for Halifax. By 1887, Edward was in ill health and sold the house and left for East Sussex to spend the twilight of his life. Okay, so let's head a bit further up the road to Bankfield Museum. Now, bizarrely, I lived opposite Bankfield Museum for 3 years, never went in. So what we're going to do is we're going to head there, let's have a look around. I don't know if we'll be allowed to film, but we will if we can. But also inside at the moment is a very special exhibition, and it features the world's most famous television shirt. Can you think who that might be from? Not me.
Welcome to Bankfield Museum.
Here we go. So for this video, I'm struggling to film through the glass to get any kind of imagery. So what I'll do is just take a few pictures of what's in each specific room. It's really fascinating. There's a lot of local history here. In fact, it's free. What do you want? Come and visit. Show you a few bits that are here. So, Edward Ackroyd's library. Oh, there it is. How is nobody in here? Now you have a link to Colin, don't you?
I went to drama school with his son Will, and my sister-in-law used to work for his partner, who we separated from only a couple of years ago. She worked for her fashion company that he bankrolled.
Wow. Excellent.
But Will, I was at drama school with him.
Colin Firth, friend of the channel.
Friend of the channel.
And then over here is a piece of TV history. So here we are, Mr. Darcy's wet shirt from Pride and Prejudice on TV, possibly the most famous shirt ever in TV history. There he is wearing it, and in 1995 he jumped out of the water in Pride and Prejudice and became an overnight success and has never looked back. Personally, I really like Colin. But yeah, there we go. I'm very tempted to recreate that wet shirt image. But Probably not in here. Wow. So this shirt is worth £25,000. That's amazing. So this old robot is from Eureka in Halifax. Above the mantelpiece there are a few busts, marble busts, and the next one you see is Edward Ackroyd. So like I say, we're just going to show you a couple of bits from each gallery because this place is free. Come and visit yourself to have a good look. Let's head into the regimental one. Here he is, the Duke. So after Edward Ackroyd passed away, the house was bought by the Halifax Corporation and in 1887 became a museum. The regimental gallery is probably the best known one here, and it is a permanent exhibition on display. So this is the original blade from the gibbet on Gibbet Street. It's interesting going around the museum because we keep finding things from stories we've covered. And of course we have covered the gibbet. The little chapel which Ackroyd added to the house whilst he owned it, as he was a practicing Christian. It is in a bit of a state of repair at the moment. So then we have a section on toys. Yes?
My puppetry teacher at drama school, Roman Stefanski, is the honey monster.
Wow.
And his partner, who sadly died recently, was the original Mr. Muscle. Imagine the original Mr. Muscle and the honey monster together.
Wow. A treat. Right, if there isn't a photo of me in here, I'm not going to be happy. Look at this.
Oh, what's that? Where did it come from? Is it?
We're lost.
These are all brass.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Lovely, don't they?
Many people have given this a go, probably can see the pattern.
Yeah, yeah.
Passion.
Look at that. Wow. I think Tom has some shoes like that. Gentleman Jack. Watch your back. You're under attack.
It's like Susan Sarandon in that film about Lorenzo. I think I should put this back.
I know. Have you been here already?
No alarm's going up. No alarm's going up.
No, no. You could stand there and jump out at people. look, I've managed to find an outfit just like yours. Close to it. maybe a bit tight. What do you think?
Suits you.
So I wasn't in the fashion gallery, sadly. I'm a bit sad about that. But you were. So there's a section also with some of the original Crag Coiners coins. Again, we've covered stories on the Crag Coiners before. And there's art and statues to do with Edward Ackroyd in the museum as well. Okay, so that was our look round Bankfield Museum. Not easy to film, but as I said, it is free to get in, so definitely worth a visit. There's lots to look at, a lot of Halifax history in there. Right, we'll just show you one last bit to do with Edward Ackroyd, and then I'll call this one a day. So this is Akroydon at Boothtown, which Edward Ackroyd built. And we're just heading to the All Souls graveyard, because that is where the vault of the Ackroyd family was. But all this is Akroydon, and I used to live just down here on Chester Road, which was also once the home of Eric Portman and serial killer John Christie.
The mortuary chapel stood directly in front of you.
Yeah.
Built in early English Gothic style from Yorkshire stone, the mortuary chapel was erected by Edward and his brother Henry and was offering of affection towards his father Jonathan. Final resting place for Jonathan, whose remains were placed in the family tomb. Other members of the Akroyd family were buried here, including Edward and his wife Elizabeth. In the 1960s, the chapel was in a dangerous condition and thus was demolished. There's 600 other plots of graves in the All Souls.
So they demolished the chapel, but so is there no action? What happened to the bodies if they were in the chapel? And there's no.
Ha 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 ha. 600 over. In the past, the person could choose a plot of land they wanted to be buried before they died. Yes, okay. The land directly around the site of the old chapel was designated for the family in front of the Akroyd.
Right.
So I guess they're still there.
So they're still there, but in probably unmarked graves now.
Unmarked graves.
That's crazy. Okay, so we're going to drown in here, I think. But we'll leave you here from the graveyard. So yeah, I can't show you the chapel for Edward Ackroyd, but we presume he's still buried here. But yeah, that was Bankfield Museum. Worth a visit. Especially if you want to come and see Colin Firth's wet shirt. Definitely.
Which is quite dry.
Quite dry at the moment.
Unlike us.
Yeah. Here we go. The recreation of that scene. Take care. We'll see you very soon. Bye.